invest all of their money in Bitcoins again.
Well, that's the same thing with any sort of currency that implodes. You take a look at what's going on in Venezuela, where you have inflation of 56%. Some people think it's 300%. You look at places like Brazil or Argentina that went through hyperinflation. Why would people come back? Well, obviously they need to pay taxes in that currency, and that's the currency of account. Here, it's not. You don't have that asset. So it's very important that Bitcoin, as a community, is able to reestablish a sense that there is security, that the players there are actually viable players, and they're reputable.
Or an alternative
and I think
reason.
This is obviously where regulation.
As you said, the
comes into play. I
anonymity.
mean, the reason that you have banks
But
and that they
regulation-
feel regulated is because it does give you the sense that your money is safe and secure in those institutions.
Gold back it.
Well, isn't also part of the strength
Back it
of
by
Bitcoin,
gold.
at least as an idea, is that at
Actual
the end of the day,
gold,
there's
not
only going to be
shoot
21
gold.
million Bitcoin coins minted by this open source program that's shared, distributed around the world. In other words, this is not a fiat currency subject to devaluation on the whim of a central bank, should it so wish.
Right, and I think that that's the appeal for people who believe that in the fiat currency age that we have right now, that basically we have debt that is increasing at a level that is not proportional to aggregate demand to actual nominal GDP, and they believe therefore that what's going to happen is that we're going to get into a crisis like the one that we had in 2008, and it's going to force central banks to monetize those debts in some way, shape, or form, and that's going to cause the currencies to lose value relative to real assets. And in order to get away from that, people want to transact in something that is not susceptible to that kind of pressure. And I think that there is some validity to thinking in those terms.
It strikes me that it's a very uneasy alliance between people who love Bitcoin because of the whole sort of counterculture aspect to it that is kind of outside government, and the fact that it's hard to have a currency work when you don't have things like regulation and all the underpinnings of government. How do you see that kind of, I guess, juxtaposition or conflict being resolved?
Well, I think that it'll be resolved ultimately through regulation. I don't think that it's at all possible for this market to continue to exist in an unregulated fashion.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I think that either A, governments will ban it outright, see it as a threat,
That's the first
or
step.
B, the Bitcoin
Movement.
community will
The
understand
knee-jerk.
that governments potentially could see it as a threat, and they will allow government to regulate it in a way and turn it into a
That's
payments platform. That
realistically
is
more what
if
happens.
you will, to,
But watch for the PayPal and
yeah,
all those things, what
not
happened.
an alternative to, but rather a vehicle through which people can, in an effortless
Transact.
way, be able to make transactions in the same way that you might do with PayPal, as an example.
See,
But I think
that's what I
those
just
are
said,
two
PayPal and transact.
possibilities going forward.
Do you guys that ever? That's what I meant. It's the intersection of sociology and technology.
Coming up after the break, Canada's mega brands is getting a big buyout from U.S. toy maker Mattel.